Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm AxionEvolved, and today we're going to hop into the Dyson Sphere Program. This game just came out not that long ago, and I've been following it for a little bit, but I definitely I've seen some other people play it, and it's definitely something that I want to check out. So I figured I'd bring you guys along with me while we kind of check this new game out. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So it looks like you can get like a random system here. Star system, 64 stars. You kind of see some stats over here. I don't know what the best stats are as far as all this stuff goes, but I wonder here. I think yellow stars are probably kind of nice, right? Ooh, this one looks kind of like spread out. Neutron star, black hole way out here. Yeah, let's go with this one. So let's hop in. Mining machine covers more veins. The mining speed is faster. Interesting. Ooh, rocket ship. Wow, this looks really nice.
Welcome to the actual universe. You may find it's different from our homeland. Should you be able to adapt to the laws of physics in a short time,
Going warp speed.
I am your advisor and will help you through this mission.
Look at that sun. That is amazing. This is like an epic opening cinematic. I like it. Look at that little Jupiter out there. Oh, nice. You can see like other stars and stuff.
One of Cosmo and the pioneer of the Dyson Sphere.
Alkalorops 4.
This cluster step by step.
Okay.
By using the resources
Alkalorops 3.
the Dyson Sphere to provide energy for the center brain to maintain homeland.
I am really liking the visuals of this game so far. And I love the idea of completely utilizing a planet for all of its resources. Nothing more capitalist than that. Look at that. The visuals on this are really nice. Oh, I can kind of steer a little bit. Is there like a boost? A little boosty button? No.
Now you are about to reach the designated.
Oh, here we go. Here's our little world here. It's a nice little world, you know, looks very hospitable. And we're coming in for the landing. I have full confidence in our abilities to land this. Now, I have dabbled in this game just a little bit, so I'm not starting from complete scratch. So I kind of have some of the basics, and I'll kind of explain those as I go along. And starting with our nice little robot. I think it's Icarus, right? Yeah.
A lightweight industrial mecha.
So you can use like the WASD keys. You can right click to move. But more importantly, we can get rid of this thing. And you'll notice we'll get some nice little things from dismantling this. And you can pretty much dismantle most things on the world here. Any day now. There we go.
Hold down
shift and right click, we can make a little path for ourselves. So the shift right click kind of comes in handy when you're kind of dismantling some of this wooden stuff. If you go over to these stacks, you're gonna run into like he'll try to basically harvest a whole stack, and it's gonna take forever, right? So first things first, if I press C, I have the mecha panel here. This is where well, I mean, you see all the stats too, but then you also see this fuel chamber right here. Now, doing things uses up your energy. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Thank you. Now, if you notice, if I hover over some of these things, you'll see log. It says natural resource and then fuel. Same thing with the plant, right? So I can hold control and left click, and it'll throw this stuff into the fuel chamber, and you'll see my fuel, my energy starts going up. So that's just something useful for while you're getting started, right? And like even things like these rocks, right? You can kind of harvest the rocks and stuff. And sometimes they turn into smaller rocks that you can harvest, you know? Like you can really get everything out of the way, right? So, first things first. We have some copper here. We have some stone. I'm zooming out with the wheel, right? And if I hit M,
Yet you have not unlocked the construction menu,
that gives me the the whole map. All right, I'm gonna thank you. And I think you can hit.
You can hold down the middle mouse button drag. Rotate
Yeah,
the
middle
angle
mouse
of
button
view,
moves
and
everything
hold down
around.
the right mouse button
These are the poles
drag
here.
to roll the angle of view. Press N key to point to the front to the North Pole.
Oh, nice. So if
In
I
the
do this,
planet
press
view,
N, it'll shift to north.
slide
I didn't
the
know that.
mouse wheel to enter the star map mode.
Oh, interesting. Look at that. Oh, that's super cool. Okay, so where are we? We're somewhere on here. Hello? Where am I? Ooh, I'll tell you what. This little area, stone, copper, iron. This is a nice little starting area. I don't know how to set a waypoint or anything. I don't even know if that's possible. All right. Where are we? Oh my gosh, is this right over here? I think it's right over here. There's the copper. Is the iron up there? Yes. Okay, perfect. So this is going to be our nice little starting area. I'm going to make a really basic base. So first things first, if I press T, it brings up this technology tree right here. This is where you kind of unlock all the things, right? All the resources, all the logistics, all that stuff, right? So you can see one of the first things here is electromagnetism. And to do that, it wants 10 of these magnets. And hashes is... that's like the speed, right? So if I exit out of that, actually, let me go back real quick. Technologies, upgrades. This is actually for the robot itself, and you can see, you know, it takes certain things to kind of make that stuff, to unlock that stuff. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit F, right? Now we know actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to technologies, click this, and hit activate, and you can see right here. There's this little checkbox for use inventory items. So if you can queue up different researches, and if you have the items in your inventory, it'll do that research. You know, it'll take the items and do the research for you. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit F, and I want 10 magnetic coils. So I'm gonna click on that, and you'll see down here the recipe, right? It takes 2 magnets and 1 copper ingot, and it produces 2 of these magnetic coils. So I'm just gonna increase the quantity to 5 so that I get 10 total and just hit produce, right? And then it'll just kind of do its thing. You see the research over here is going. It's doing its thing. And we'll just kind of wait for it to finish up. And that should give us the ability to kind of make some power. And I'm going to harvest some of this stuff in the interim, right? Electromagnetism, research complete. Automatic mining machine. Wind turbines. So if I hit E, that's the inventory button. So you see,
you have created a mining machine to
there you
achieve
go.
ore collecting automation. Pick it up from the inventory.
Okay, so automatic mining machine is your miner, right? It's what harvests these resources. Wind turbine generates power. Tesla towers move power. So pretty easy to kind of get a hold of, and then eventually you can automate things with like belts and all that kind of stuff. So I think one of the first things we're going to want is to get this iron over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this down, and if we hit R, we can rotate. I think if you hold shift, you can rotate it like that, right? So let's see here. 206. That's good enough for me.
If you want to ignore grid snapping,
okay, thank you.
down the shift key.
Let's also, we need power, right? That's what it's telling us. It's like, hey, I need power, right? So let's throw this down.
One of your production facilities is not powered. You need to keep
yeah.
within the
I'm gonna throw that right
area
there.
and supply it with power.
Thank you. I'm gonna throw that right there so that it gets power.
You have established your first
Now,
grid.
you see it's producing, and I can just come and click and take whatever I want, right? Now I'm clearing this stuff because I want to have a little bit of biomass on me so that I can throw it into my suit and burn it, you know? That way it just makes sure that I'm fueled up. And because if you run out of fuel, you end up just running really slow, and it just becomes like big memes, right? So again, let's hit C to open this up. Left control, click to add all that stuff into my inventory. You can do this to kind of reorganize. This is also fuel right here. I'm going to hold on to it for now if I can. It looks like you can actually make it. You see some recipes at the bottom there. So that's all very interesting. This is also a hydrogen fuel rod. I'm going to add that in there too. Just all the fuel things, so I don't have to worry about my fuel for a while. So let's get that. Now let's go back and look at our technology tree, right? So you can see getting electromagnetism, excuse me, has opened up the next crafting line. And if you look at our upgrades, I think this would be nice because it gives us more max core energy. Universe exploration takes the blue science, mechanical frames. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of queue this up, and we do have some on us, but we can always make more to catch up. Let me see. I don't have any. I don't have any copper, so I'm gonna queue up. How much do I have? 16, 78. Oh, plenty. So I'm going to let those go. I'll get a little bit more. And then I'm going to go pick up some copper so that I can... I'm going to have to manually mine it so that I can at least get that research done. And that'll boost my mecha energy, right? From 100 to 140. So kind of a big deal, you know. That kind of definitely helps in the early game because you can do more things with more power, right? So I'm going to get at least 15 for now. Let's get 15 and let's craft up all of this stuff. So that way when it produces, it'll start just drawing it from my inventory. So the next thing we need to do, right? Let's look at these buildings, right? We need to make more power. And you can see kind of what this takes. Iron ingots, gears, and what are those, magnetic coils? Yeah, magnetic coils, right? So a lot of stuff takes iron. So iron's kind of important, but we're going to have to handcraft a lot of this stuff right off the bat. So we have a lot of iron ingots, but I need magnets. So how many? I still have plenty of iron in my inventory, so let's make a couple of those. And then gears take iron ingots as well. So let's make some of these. And then I will make the rest of that. Okay. So if we look at our power here, we're producing 300 kilowatts. Nice. Increase the core energy limit of the mecha. Cool. Consumption demand is 24 when it's not doing anything, but it produces 300. But this actually wants, let me see here. It wants more than 300, as you can tell, right? Insufficient power supply. So it's probably in our best interest to make more wind turbines, right? So if I go back to the buildings here, I need electromagnetic coils, which means I need more copper. Of course I need more copper, right? So let's grab some of that. And what does this take? Yeah, circuit. Okay, so we need copper either way. So I'm going to stock up on this real quick. All right, so we've made some copper ingots. We've got some magnets, some gears. So I'm going to make a few of these because we need... well, actually what's kind of nice, if you want to queue this up with the material, as long as you have the raw materials, like the very base materials. So you see, we don't have any magnetic coils in our inventory over here. So if I queue up 3 more wind turbines, it's going to go and try to make the copper coils first, or the magnetic coils first. So it made the magnetic coils, and then it used that inventory space to make the wind turbines. So that's just like a nice thing to take note of. So I'm going to go over here, and I also want to queue up another mining machine. So if I just produce one, right, you'll see it's making these circuit boards. It's making all the coils. So it's just, you know, it's a nice way of doing things. So let's go ahead. Let's close this out. I want to put this down in a way that I get the most possible. And I like doing things at right angles. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. Well, actually, I guess, let's see, 137. What can we get here? 108. Ooh, was that one? Nope. My fault, my fault. Okay. Now, how was that? I know I saw like 173. Let's put that down. Okay. So now I'm also going to put down, and I'm hitting one, you know, these are like your hotkeys. So I'm hitting 1 and then F4 to make a little wind turbine. And I'm just going to put that down right there. Now, what else I'm going to need? I'm going to need more Tesla towers. So I'm actually going to make about 5 for now. And that should kind of give us enough for the time being. Now, if I go back to the research, right? Mecha stuff, I'm not too concerned with because it kind of uses a little bit of advanced stuff that we don't have right now. Right? We don't have any of this stuff. So let's go back to technologies and take a look at what we can do. One of the first things I think we should get is basic logistics system, right? Because that gives us belts, it gives us the sorters, and it gives us storage. If we don't do something like that, our options are electromagnetic matrix. I think this is the science. It produces the science, right? The blue science and the science labs. This will give us smelters, which are nice, but if you don't have any belts, it's kind of hard to get to that. So I'm just gonna start. This is basically, these 4 are huge. We need these. We need all 4 of these in the short term. Plasma control, fluid storage, encapsulation. We'll need all this stuff. Electromagnetic drive. We actually need this for a lot of our suit upgrades. So I think I'm just going to start at the top here, basic logistics, and we'll work our way down. So I'm actually going to queue all of this up. Boom, smelters, assemblers, and then science last. So then if we kind of just go into our crafting queue, I can just make all the things we need, right? Circuit boards, let's make 10. That'll do its thing. And then, you know, I can collect all the resources as I need. And we can kind of start planning for future, like where we're going to start building all of our basic stuff. So I'm going to clear up this land a little bit just to get everything out of the way. And then I'll meet you back once we have a little bit more technology to place on the ground. All right, so I've cleared the land a little bit here. And I've placed a couple more wind towers because we're going to need the energy for that. So what I want to also do is move the energy, you know, kind of build a little grid where things can exist, right, and be powered. So I'm going to do something like this, something like this. I'm basically just kind of moving and putting towers in places so that I have a more coherent grid, right? And it looks like I got the assemblers. So that's kind of nice. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to build, and in fact, let me get this stuff queued up. I want 10 more of those. And 10 more of those. So what I want to do is, I have my iron right here, and iron is used for quite a few things. So I want to put some smelters pretty close here so that I can just automatically smelt this stuff, right? So let's go to our production tab, and let's go to smelters. Now I'm going to put 2 smelters down, and if we're, I think here and here will be fine. Actually, let's get rid of that and build it again a little bit farther down. And you'll see why here in a second.
While you want to make the raw materials and products get in and out of it autonomously, you need to use sorters and conveyor belts.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Got it. Let me close all these tutorial things. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I am going to take some belts and run them this way. Okay, thank you. Ooh, we got the electric. Okay, so we've done all of our research, so that's really nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now. Now the smelter only has so many recipes, right? It has these 5 recipes. When it comes to iron, I can only handle these 2 things right here. So I'm gonna make 1 for iron ingots. I'm gonna make 1 for magnets. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take. Oh, okay, thank you. What I'm gonna do then is grab this and have it go into the smelter, and then these should start smelting. I don't know if this might be out of the range of power, so I'm gonna do that. There we go. Okay, so now you see, if I zoom in here, it's grabbing the stuff and it's building iron ingots, magnets, right? So now I can just come grab those raw parts without having to get all the way from iron, right? So iron ore, kind of don't need it anymore. In fact, I'm just going to try and throw as much into there as I can. But it kind of is what it is, right? So now that I got those going, I want to also do the same thing for copper. All right, so we're laying the belts down, and I'm going to set this smelter to make just copper ingots, right? And then again, we're going to get the sorters. We're going to go from the belt into the smelter. And it looks like these have 3 inputs, so that'll kind of make it quick, right? And it looks like everything is hooked up power-wise. So now we kind of want to build a little bit more expansive things. So let's look at an assembling machine, right? And I think I'm going to build this. Let's see here. Maybe let's keep our assemblers right in this general area. Kind of arbitrary. You know, there's no rhyme or reason to put it there, but let's throw those in so that they can at least... And these little bots are what construct everything, and you can get upgrades for them in the upgrades menu. Eventually, you could see like I know there's like bots that can like go faster and all that stuff, right? Like Corgo stacking, blah blah blah. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. Mecha Core, what does that take? Oh yeah, look, like red science, yellow science, purple science, green science, white science. So it's very Factorio in that regard. Let's throw... If I can get this ore out of my backpack, that would be amazing, you know. Let's throw that in there. I like having everything as sorted as I possibly can. So let's see what we can make from this, right? So it looks like we can make magnetic coils and gears now, or circuit boards. Now, I want to use something that's going to take the copper ingots. So either magnetic coils or circuit boards. I think I kind of want... In fact, let me just make another assembler. How about that? Like, why limit ourselves? You know what I mean? Okay, and I don't even have the stuff to make that. So, luckily, we just need the iron ingots, right? Because we don't have any iron ingots on us. So if I just come over here and just grab them... How about now? There you go. I'm going to make 2 of these. And the reason I'm going to make 2 is because I want to bring all the stuff over here and make everything that this thing can make, right? So I want to make those. I want to make gears, magnetic coils, and circuit boards all right here. So we can kind of start planning for that as well, right? And put like items together. So if we know that 2 things are going to need copper ingots, then we'll run the copper ingots right over here. So I'm going to end up doing something like this, where we're going to have copper probably come this way, right? And then it'll end up, you know, I'll end up belting this over when I need to, but I'm just kind of getting it set up in the meantime. So let's put another... I don't have one built yet. I thought it... Oh, whoops. I was trying to make another smelter. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. Just like that. And then we'll do the sorters going in. Let's do that. And that. And I'm going to need to make more of the sorters. I think 10 is probably worth it, right? So, if this is going to be... Let's say, let's make these circuit boards. We'll make these circuit boards, and this I'll make the magnets. So then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to need a bunch more of this stuff too. So let's just do that, right? And then the gears are going to need to be in a different area. What do the gears take? I'm just going to toss this down so I can look at the recipe. Oh, I guess I could have just done this, huh? Gears are literally just the plates? Okay, well that's easy then. So, iron plates need to go in here. I'm actually going to try to line that up a little bit better. If I'm on this line, let's say right there. And what else? You know what else I need? I need some storage. Did I unlock? I did. Okay. So let me get some bars real quick. And let's make at least 3 storage. I'll make 5 just for memes, right? So then what I'm going to do, right? This needs iron ingots. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build some belts. And it's literally just going to go from here to... Well, I'm going to need to go past this, right? So we'll just do that for right now. And then you're going to want sorters going in. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then you're going to want sorters going out. And then that'll start putting these bars onto... There you go. So you can see the ingots already coming onto the belt. And then once it goes through, once this gets built, boom. Now this should start grabbing. There you go. So now we're making gears. Hello? There you go. So now we're making gears. Easy. So now something else over here needs those, and it's this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to extend this. I need to have 3 sets here. So, oh no, this actually works fine. I was worried for a second that it might not be able to reach, but I think it's going to be fine. Right, that's going this way. Okay, because then what we're going to do is we're going to have the magnets come this way. Just like that. And then let me just get this set up. This wants some of that, and it's going to want some of this, and this is going to want some of this and some of that, right? Because this wants both sets of ingots, so this will be the copper, and this will be where it gets the steel ingots, and then leftover copper. Okay, I only wanted 1 of these, so then copper ingots are going to... Why is it giving me so many? Am I blind? Am I crazy? There you go. Let me add those back. And you got to be careful with which direction you put the belts in, because it will, it cares. Let's make, what do I not have for these? Magnets. Well, funny you should say that. That doesn't have power. Can I make a Tesla? Yes. I need to get power over here, otherwise this won't work. But I also need... Oh, I had a Tesla. Perfect. It's always great. Alright, so let's get the magnets going over there. So we'll connect that up. And then we will kind of do something like this. We'll come out this way. I'm going to come out kind of wide. Not a huge deal, though. And then that should be good to go. Like, once this connects up, everything should be kind of working just fine. And then we can just do something pretty easy where we just, you know, throw some of these down. Maybe one right there. Maybe one right there.
Storage, which can be used to store cargo.
And we'll just pull up this.
Or use the sorter.
Okay, thank you. And then we'll pull up another sorter, and we'll just go from here. Oh, looks like it's too close. All right, that's easy enough. We'll just give it a little space. And then sorter. Boom. Boom. So then, oh, I don't have an output. There we go. Once that builds, there we go. And I think we can even put multiple sorters on there to make it go faster. But I think this is plenty for right now. And we should start to see, look at that, circuit boards, and now we have a circuit board storage. So now, do I have any on me? No. Magnet coils? No. And it looks like we're running low on power now. But I should be able to make some of these by just grabbing the parts, right? So if I just come over here, grab those, and I come over here and grab those, I should be able to make a couple more wind turbines. The more the better, because we need all the power anyway, right? So as long as I have it so that it can connect to our established network, it'll work just fine. And luckily, power becomes much more plentiful later in the game. So let's throw this here, here, and I guess right there. Perfect. Now let's also get this set up too. I want everything going into a storage. All right, and there we go. That is the beginning of a little starter base for us. You know, obviously super basic. It's really just, you know, it's just meant to get things kind of set up and going and start producing some basic things so we don't have to worry about, you know, doing all that ourselves. In the future, I want to make sure that, you know, we're getting stone, because stone gets turned into like stone bricks. These things right here. And then, oh man, research. Can I make this myself? I can. Wow. This might be the way to do it in the short term. Ooh, glass. We're going to need glass. I know. And then Matrix Lab is going to take those electromagnetic coils. So we could put all of our resources into that if we like to. But I don't think it's really necessary this early in the game. Because, you know, we are... In fact, I'm going to queue up some of this just to kind of have it. Let's do that, and then I'll queue up some of this. There we go. Let's go back to stone. There we go. All right, so at least that'll kind of use what we have in our inventory. I'm going to also queue up just a bunch of these just to clear out all the stuff that I have. There we go. Making our inventory look much nicer. So let's look at our research too. Is there anything that we can get in here? Man, no real suit stuff. Technologies, where are we at? What does this take? Okay. So it looks like the next thing we need to do is get research going. Yeah. Matrix labs and all that stuff, but we're going to want to scale up kind of what we have. But I think that's a perfect time to end this episode. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this series. This game looks like it's got a lot of potential. It looks a lot of fun. You know, eventually, you know, we'll be leaving the planet and harvesting the whole solar system, the whole star cluster, putting Dyson spheres around stars and such. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that as much as I am. And, you know, I think this is going to be the next series in the channel that goes for quite a while. So if you're excited for that, scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more updates about this. And with that, guys, we'll see you in the next one.